Hey guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. As you can see from the title of this video, this is a millionaire's family home. So I really wanted to build something up at the top of Del Sol Valley in the Pinnacles, and I wanted to build it on this lot which belongs to Judith Ward because I think the back of the lot looks a bit more traditional and not like, whereas the other ones I think fit better with modern houses, and I really wanted to build a giant family home for somebody who is famous or incredibly wealthy, but they are also raising a family. So I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to do, and this ends up being a 7-bedroom, 6-bathroom house that has a lot of extra little bits in it that, you know, a typical family house would not have, and it comes in at just over $1 million simoleons if you place it on this lot. Because the lots in the Pinnacles are worth a lot of money, and this is a 50 by 40, and this lot I believe is 38,000 simoleons to just, you know, build on, and so it'll come in at just over $1 million if you place the house on this lot. If you don't place the house on this lot, the just price in the gallery is around 971,000 simoleons, which was the biggest struggle ever, and I may have placed a lot of violins in this house, but I have a storyline behind it, so it's totally okay. Anyway, the reason I decided to go ahead and make this a millionaire's house and try and reach the total of this, you know, costing $1 million simoleons, which I've never tried to do before, is I went ahead and posted on Twitter complaining that I was only a fourth of the way through furnishing this house and that it was already 258,000 simoleons. I just posted a screenshot. I was like, I'm only this far along. I have all these bedrooms, blah, blah, blah. You can see the little screenshot. And Sim Guru Kate had to come along and just say, just go for 1 million simoleons. You have to at this point. Oh boy, I wish she did not say that because I took that to heart, and I mean, not really, but like I stayed up really, like I went to bed at like 6 a.m. So I could finish this, and this was supposed to be up on Friday and it didn't happen because I didn't have enough time to edit it because this took so many hours to do. And you'll see there's a lot of cuts in this because I didn't want to separate it into 2 videos. So apologies for that. The bathrooms are not shown in this, neither is the floor plan, but I don't typically show floor plans either. I did leave some landscaping in, but like some hallways and stuff got cut. And if I took too long to pick swatches, I just tried to make it as, you know, easy to view as possible. I changed the roof color a whole bunch of times, but as you saw in the thumbnail, it ends up being like a dark, like grayish black color, which is a color I typically go for. I always try and use these red and orange tones because I don't use them as often, but I never go with it in the end. And the reason it's actually orange here, and you might see glimpses of like a little bit of light pink wallpaper, is for a moment I did think about making this like a Barbie house, which I've never done, but I think that's just because I don't like the color pink. But I think that would be a challenge at some point to maybe make like a Barbie dream house of some sort, because I know that's kind of a popular thing that people like, and it would definitely be a challenge, and I'm always up for a build challenge. We all know this. Like, I love doing like limited pack builds and base game and like money things. I mean, this, I struggled to make this $1 million simoleons. So, I mean, I like that. I also like limited budgets. I've been doing a lot of those lately, and I have some things written down that I want to do in the future because you guys have given me some suggestions for some different limited pack builds. So hopefully some of that stuff will be coming over the next couple of weeks / months. I do want to get a couple of different winter or Christmas themed builds in over the next couple of weeks now that it is officially December, which is crazy. This year has both flown by and dragged on. It's kind of feels like it's been 2018 for 17 years. But at the same time, I'm like, whoa, it's December already? How did that happen? Let me know if you guys relate to that or not, because this has been quite the year. But we're just placing some more windows in this. I used a lot of some really, really big windows. I'm trying to think what pack they came with. I want to say they came with, I don't even know, but the really beautiful ones with the curves on them. What did those come with? I want to say like Dino. I don't think they did though. Maybe they came with Get to Work. They look like they could be like store windows. I think they might have come with that pack. But I did not limit my pack usage at all with this build. I wanted to go ahead and go all out, especially because I was trying to, make it to a million simoleons. So you'll see at some point through this, I'll have that window open at the top because I'm noticing how much things are costing. But I love the color scheme with this. I only used 2 wallpapers on the outside of this house, which I usually use way more than that. But I thought with this house, it looked really good just having a paneling or like a siding and a brick. And I was really happy with it. It also has this little gazebo out the back, and it ends up just having a couple of benches on there, nothing too crazy. But we do end up having a pool and a hot tub and a barbecuing area out back. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but in addition to all the bedrooms, the living room, and all that kind of stuff, this house has a movie theater, a vault. What else does it have? I feel like there's more than that, but it has the movie theater in it because that's very important. And I kind of had a family in mind for this. Like, I didn't make The Sims, but I had an idea of who I imagined lived here. And it's definitely a couple who are both actors and are very established. They even have an awards room. Well, it's not like a big room. They just have this little in addition to their vault where they keep their super expensive stuff, they have this special room that's just wall-to-wall awards they've won, which I thought was kind of fun. And then their vault room has, the vault, and has a bunch of money and expensive items in there, plus desks as well. It's kind of functions as their office in that room as well, which I thought was kind of cool. And then I imagine they had quite a few kids. I think there's an older son who still lives at home. And then there's twin girls that are now teenagers. And I imagine that these girls have been so spoiled throughout their life. Maybe they were childhood actors as well. I'm kind of getting Mary-Kate and Ashley type vibes. And they're so spoiled. Their rooms are probably the most crazy of the ones in the house, decorated and have fancy stuff in them, and they have their own shared bathroom upstairs as well. One of them has marble walling, her walls are made out of marble, and she has the bed from Vampires, and then the other one has the fancy new bed that came with this pack, and she's got more of a purple and black theme. I think they're different, but they're twins. I used the Parenthood counters in here. I know these are not the most expensive counters, but I did make this kitchen before I went ahead and thought of doing the million simoleon thing, and I really liked these countertops for this kitchen. I do go and change them 8 million times. I cut most of that out. I will show me changing them to their final color momentarily, which ends up being a white, but they did end up being that orangey brown for a while, but then I had decorated the rest of the house and felt like it didn't fit. I made the kitchen first, but then it didn't make sense with the rest of the house. So I went ahead and changed that in the end. So you'll see me skipping to that momentarily, and you'll be able to see the money thing open and be like, oh, wow, this house costs a lot of money. Because I think I was at 900 something thousand simoleons at the time when I was changing the swatches for the kitchen. So we also have a regular fridge, but then we have this little closet area that I put one of these shelves in from Get Famous, and also a couple other fridges, because I feel like if you have that many people in your house, you probably have more than one fridge, but I didn't really want it out in the open. And I know growing up, when it was just 4 people in my household and then way too many animals, in addition to our fridge in our kitchen, in our basement, we had a extra fridge freezer combo and an extra full freezer. So I thought that was pretty realistic to have an extra room in this house that just has fridges in it. And here I am changing it to the final color. You can see I was thinking of using this orangey color with black countertops, but I did not like it in the end. I also put everything you would need in this house for, I believe, a cat and a dog. I was favoring cats in this, and the only litter box in the house is actually in the shared twin girls' bedroom. Not bedroom. They don't have the same bedroom, but they have the same bathroom upstairs, because I imagine that they're allowed to have whatever they want, and they're super spoiled by their parents, but their parents were like, we're not changing that cat litter. You have to do that. But I got one of those fancy ones that I think just zaps the poop and it's gone, which I'd never place in houses. But I thought for an obnoxiously wealthy family, it was fine. I could get those high-tech things, and it made sense, and I didn't feel weird about it, because I usually feel weird about that kind of stuff. I like really realistic gameplay for the most part, if I'm not playing with supernatural Sims, which I do like occasionally, but I like realistic things, so I never ever use that cat tray because I think it's kind of weird. Also, this house has so many chimneys, and I know that seems kind of weird because it's like based in basically like a California type world that doesn't snow here, doesn't get that cold, but I found that a lot of houses in California actually do have fireplaces, and I guess it gets a little bit cold in certain areas. It just doesn't like get to the cold like I'm used to as somebody that lives in New England. So I thought I would add quite a few chimneys, and then also, or fireplaces and chimneys, there's 2 outside, because I thought that looked nice as in addition to being realistic. It just looks so fancy to have fireplaces. We have one in the living room, we have one in here, and then we have one in like a back hallway, and I'm trying to remember if we have one upstairs. I think we might have one in one of the bedrooms, but I do not remember. I built this house over the last couple of weeks, actually. I built it like the week the game came out, I believe, and like the exterior of it, and then I just was putting off furnishing it for ages, and that's because it's such a big house. But you know what? I finished it in the end, and we're finally getting it posted. So I'm really excited that I get to share this with you guys, because this was such a big build, and I don't do very big builds that often. Granted, it's only a 50 by 40. Like, I don't think I'm doing a 64 by 64 anytime soon, but you never know. We'll see when the inspiration strikes. But lately I've been into like smaller family homes. I think like 30 by 20 is my favorite lot size. And I also really like making tiny homes, and I definitely want to do more of those. I've definitely gotten some suggestions on types of smaller houses you guys would like to see. So I'm definitely going to be doing some more of that. And I already said some wintry builds as well, because it's winter. I'm so excited. Although like snow is kind of dangerous and kind of frustrating when you want to go places. So hopefully it doesn't snow too much at like bad times, or it's really light, airy snow, and it doesn't cause any problems. But I do love the snow, and I really hope it snows on Christmas. That would be so nice. Although as of right now, I'm working on Christmas, so we'll see if I can get that day off. I don't know yet. So hopefully, but regardless, I should be able to see my family in the morning because I work nights, and it'll be nice. But anyway, I added this little nook over here that's like a kid corner, because I figured these kids are spoiled. We have lots of big toys. We have the giant dollhouse. We have the void critter machine, which I don't know how much that actually costs in game, but it looks like it'd be something really expensive. Could you imagine like being a kid and your parents bought you this giant machine, like life-size Game Boy, that you can like see virtual like Pokemon on? That would be amazing, but that sounds like it would be incredibly expensive. So it made sense to me as something that this family would have. And we're just adding some cat and dog beds and toys over here. I thought about adding that cat wand, but it didn't really fit up on top of this book case ottoman, which I really like. I don't use it that often, but it's like one of my favorite ottomans in the game. I think it's so cute, and I definitely want to use it more. And it came with City Living, I believe, and that just made me think how much more I want to do apartments. Because I haven't done an apartment in a little bit, and I really like doing, well, I say that, but I think I did one last week. I did that like really fancy one, but that's not like the kind of apartment I like building. So, or like that was fun to do, but it was very not my style. I kind of want to do some more like family apartments or single sim apartments, or I don't know, like fun color schemes and stuff. So I might do that sometime soon. I guess we'll see. I have too many ideas, and there's not enough days in the week to go ahead and get all my ideas done, or not enough time to get them all done either. And I'll be talking about this more in a couple of weeks, because I'm going to officially announce it in like January. But starting in 2019, I'm getting rid of a schedule. I'm no longer going to be uploading Monday through Friday. I think it's just a little bit too much with everything going on in my life. I'm still going to plan to upload 3 to 5 times a week, but it'll just be when I'm able to. And if it's only 3 times, it's only 3 times, and I'm not going to stress about it. So I think that's kind of nice. I kind of want to do, quality over quantity. I almost said that backwards. I said that correct, right? I think I did. But you just saw me starting on that little trophy room. We come back to it later. I'm not sure how much of it I left in. I think I left some of it in, and at the end we have a lot of the golden plates that came from Selva Dorada, as well as tons of trophies from both base game and like every other pack that ever added a trophy. It's just like the craziest trophy room. And actually a lot of them are worth a ton of money, so that helped out with the price for sure. But anyway, as I was saying, I want to put more time into the content that I do put out and not stress out over missing uploads. So that way, if I don't have a schedule, I just want to upload a few times a week. 3 to 5, I think is a decent amount. and I'm excited about that. Not stressing about my content, and just really enjoying what I'm doing, because I really do enjoy making these builds, especially builds, because that's what I've been more into lately more than anything. And it'd be nice to just, when I leisurely want to, work on something, go ahead and do that. I think it shows in your content when you're really enjoying what you're doing. So I definitely want to work towards that some more next year. And yeah, so this is the movie theater. It's very gray. This house, I feel like for the most part, is very my style. There's some parts of it that are not, but it's very neutral. It has grays and whites and beiges, and those are definitely colors I really like. So, I mean, if I was going to build a giant house and spend a crazy amount of time working on it, it had to be a color scheme that I personally enjoyed. And I know I try and stay away from this color scheme a lot because I overuse it because it's my favorite, but I thought it worked really well for this house, and it's a really big fancy house. And I feel like a lot of newer fancy houses, especially when I look on, watch people's videos here on YouTube, and YouTuber houses that are really fancy, and you're like, I can never afford that. They're all neutrals. They're beiges, grays, and whites. And so I thought that was realistic because this kind of reminded me of that. It's definitely a creator's house. And I think we have a musician. One of our daughters is a musician, not one of the twins. I didn't talk about the other kids in this house yet, because I imagine there's an older brother. There's twin sisters who each have their own room. There is a younger sister and a younger brother. The younger sister that's a musician, though, I imagine that she's actually younger teen, and then one of the two twins I kind of imagined is wanting to be a rock star. They all kind of want to be famous in some way, shape, or form and go down that path. I think that's just because of who they were raised by, because their parents are fabulously wealthy and recognized actors. So I thought that was kind of cool. And the twin that is not wanting to be a rock star, I kind of thought of her as being really into fashion and wanting to be a model. So I gave her lots of clothing, and I gave her a stylist setup in her room. And I just thought it was really fun. I had a lot of fun thinking about this family. It's so different than anything I've ever played with or experienced in real life. I can't imagine having that much money and having the whole house just wanting to do all that kind of stuff. Although I feel the two boys I imagine in this house don't have too strong of this is what I want to do. I think the older son, which I just he has a very brown room. It matches the rest of the house. It's he didn't really decorate it anyway. Also, by the way, this is a spare room / butler's quarters. It has a bedroom and then a small bathroom off of the side of it. And I just kind of imagine this could be either a spare bedroom or for a butler, because they could definitely afford a butler. They can more than afford a butler. They can afford 10 butlers. There's a space for that butler. And then this is the master bedroom. But what I was saying is, I think the boys don't have anything too clear in mind, but the older brother's bedroom is very beige, the rest of the house. It kind of just matches. It's he didn't decorate it too much, and he has some exercise equipment in his room. I'm thinking maybe he's into just wanting to be an athlete. I mean, I feel not all of the kids need to be going down that path, but I think it's kind of how I planned out the house. So I was thinking he could be an athlete, and then the younger brother just has a messy room, and we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll grow up and be a streamer. Ooh, that'd be cool. He could be a gamer. I did put up some Void Critter posters in his room, so maybe he'll be streaming some Let's Go Pikachu. That's all I've been doing lately. I haven't been streaming it. I've been playing it and spending hours watching people stream Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I'm watching people shiny hunt for hours and hours, and I can't help it. And I want some shinies. I have one that I found 45 minutes into playing the game. I have a shiny Butterfree, but I want all of the shinies. And I don't have enough time in the day to do that, unfortunately. It's the holiday season. I'm so busy trying to do YouTube, which I really enjoy, but finding time for it has been a little bit of a struggle lately. But hopefully after the holidays that will change. Plus my schedule will be changing, like I mentioned before, so that will be good. But this is the parents' little balcony that we just completely skipped over. And it's just really cozy and has a little table and chairs, place to just hang out. And then this is the musician daughter's bedroom. This is not one of the twins. This is a younger daughter. It's very like kind of girly, but then she has all of her music like producing stuff off to the side. I gave her one of those streaming computers as well, like creator setups, because I thought that made sense because she could create her music on the music thing. She could also make videos of her playing music. I don't know if that's actually something you can do, but I know you can make music or make videos, and I know you can produce music and release tracks. So I wanted to give her both of those, and I'm raising up a bunch of violins. I imagine that she has lots of custom made ones, or over the years during performances she got to keep different violins. So that's why there's so many in the house, and they definitely add to the price of the house because a bunch of them are the ones that are 15,000 simoleons. So we've got like 140,000 simoleons worth of violins, but you know, that's okay, because I really imagined this family having like different career types and like ways that they were famous or going to become famous with all the kids. So I thought it really made sense to have that many violins. I know it's a little completely ridiculous, but you can of course get rid of those. But I think like if you're downloading a Millionaire house, I mean, why not have 14 violins? Not all of them are the $15,000 one though. But if you guys would like to download this house, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Griffy or the hashtag MsGryphi. I believe I'm calling it Millionaire Family Home, but whatever the title of this video is what you'll be able to find it under. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. Of course, you can customize all the bedrooms because I don't think you're going to have the exact same Sims I had in mind. But who knows, maybe you do. Or maybe you like the idea of the family I had in mind and want to create them because that would be super awesome as well. This is one of the teenagers, twin teenagers' bedrooms that I was talking about that I imagined she wanted to be a rock star. It's a very like dark purple, like zebra print. It just looks like a rock star bedroom to me. It has that really crazy, fabulous bed. And then this is the older brother's room that kind of has more of like workout equipment in it that I thought was a really, really nice room. And, you know, it's really simple. It matches the rest of the house, so it's nothing too crazy. And then this is the other twin girls' room, which is very pink, that marble wall. I thought she'd be a stylist, and that's really it. We're just going to finish decorating. It's very pink in here. I had so much fun with this build, and I hope you guys did like it too. I feel like I rambled about all kinds of topics in this video and didn't talk as much about the build as I would have liked, but that happens sometimes, and I do that in a lot of my videos, so hopefully that was okay with you guys and you didn't mind that too much. But we're coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this. The download information is in the description down below. I always want to say comments in the description down below if you'd like to download this. Also, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd love to have you on board, and if you click that little bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a video, so you won't miss out on anything. And here is the trophy / expensive room. There's a lot of stuff in here, as you can see. They've won a lot of things. This helped with the price a lot. All right, bye everybody.